Welcome, students. Let us proceed with the second part of our lesson in Civics Introduction to our Constitution. We have discussed in the first part of the lesson the meaning of the Constitution, provision in the Constitution, nature of Constitution is different in different countries, and the need of a Constitution. In this second section of lesson, we will learn about the advantages of the Constitution, administration, the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, the architect of Indian Constitution, and the difference between Constitution Day and the Republic Day. Government has to work with a set of rules laid down by the Constitution. This reduces the possibility of the misuse of the power and authority they have been given. If there are no restrictions on the power of the elected representatives and government officials, they might misuse the power given to them. The Indian Constitution provides safeguards against the misuse of power. Constitution lays down rules that guards the citizen against the misuse of power and authority by the elected representative and government officials. A constitution includes the rights and freedoms of the citizen, which ensures that Indian citizens can carry out their daily lives peacefully without any undue restrictions, harassment, or oversight by the government. Government cannot take away these rights. Therefore, people's rights and freedoms are safeguarded. Running a country as per the provision of the Constitution, same as establishing the rule of law, means the government is based on principles of law and not of man. Law is supreme and is above every individual. No person can claim to be above law. Then the people, that is, official, our elected representatives, have to run the country as per the laws, rules, and regulations in the Constitution, which will not allow them to misuse their power or high handed administration, means using power or authority more forcefully is needed without thinking about the feeling or wishes of other people. If a country is run as the Constitution, the faith that the common people have in the government will increase. Now, you will think how the faith in the government will increase. The answer is transparency, means openness, to provide information to citizen about what the government is doing. Then the citizen become keen in participating in the activities of the government, which in turn strengthened democracy. Constitution presents some political ideals before the country, which includes justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Justice ensures that every citizen gets his or her due in society, which is free from partiality. Liberty means freedom the Constitution guarantees freedom of thought, expression, faith, belief, and worship to every Indian. The Constitution guarantees equality of status and opportunity for the development of person. All Indians are equal before the law. Fraternity guarantees to generate a spirit of brotherhood among the sections of society. The nation has to act in the direction mentioned. It creates an atmosphere conducive, means helpful to attain world peace and security and preservation of human rights, since the Constitution also includes the list of citizens' duty. It fixes the responsibilities of the citizens as well, like we must respect the national flag and national anthem, obey the laws of the country, protect the power, unity and integrity of the country, safeguard public property, pay our taxes with honesty, and so on. Because India is a democratic country where its citizens live freely. Democracy in the country can function only when its citizens have both rights and responsibilities. Rights and responsibilities are two sides of a coin that goes hand in hand with us in whatever place we are, like home, society, state, or country we live in. Enjoy the rights, citizens must perform their responsibilities towards the country in a decent manner. Rights and duties of each citizen preserved in the Indian Constitution are valuable and interrelated considering the prosperity of the country. A country can flourish when its citizens are responsible enough to build a strong and powerful nation. We all are responsible for protection and development of our country. Now, let us see the administration part. First, let us understand the concept of administration. Administration refers to the process of running an organization. But here, we are not talking about an office or a business, but we are talking about the government. How do we govern or run a country? This includes creating rules and regulations, planning, directing, and so many things. Now, let us understand what is government. A government is a group of people that have power to rule in a territory, that is, in an area, or having control over a geographic area, according to the law, means set of rules. Now, this territory may be a country, a state, or a province within a country or a region. Government make laws related to various subjects like defending the boundaries, for which government have a military force such as army that protects the country from terrorists and other major threats that attack or which can be used to attack and invade other countries, protecting people from external aggression, like Article 355 of the Indian Constitution, where a duty has been cast upon the Government of India to protect people from external aggression, means the unilateral attacks, that is, if a country's government does not consult group like United Nations or other affected countries before making decision to attack with force by one state against another state without formal declaration of war, as long as the other state has not answered with similar unkind attacks. It is called as external aggression. An internal disturbance means situation in which there is serious or lasting internal fight or battle. For this, government have police force to make sure people follow the law and also bring situation under control. Government has made various steps for eradication of poverty, means reduction of poverty, as poverty can't be completely removed, such as integrated rural development program. The main aim is to provide support to the rural poor people in the form of subsidy. Then Jawahar Rozgar Yojana. The purpose was to generate good work prospects. The other one is Employment Assurance Scheme. It was planned to create employment opportunity in the form of manual work when there was no agricultural season. It was basically for farmers. There is also a housing scheme for poor people in urban and rural India, wherein the program was created for providing housing known as Pradhan Mantri Gramin Awas Yojana, and there are so many steps like this. Government creates employment in public sector. Government can also create job opportunities like teaching jobs, post office jobs, etc. Those alone are not enough to support an entire nation. So, in the private sector, the government can allow for conditions that generate jobs and can create demand for private jobs by investing in things such as infrastructure, that is, funding construction of railway lines, creating demand for construction, manufacturing, mining, etc. Government has made various policies related to education like free and compulsory education for all children in the age group of 16 to 14 years, fundamental right, national program for education of girls at elementary level and many more. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has made nationwide universal health care system known as National Health Assurance Mission, which would provide all citizens with free medicine, diagnostic treatment, and insurance for various ailments. There are many government health insurance schemes in India, such as Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana, and many more insurance schemes. Government also provide basic cleanliness facilities like clean drinking water, public toilets, proper sewage infrastructure. Encouragement to commerce and industries have been done by giving loans at lower interest rates. And grant programs means a sum of money given by the government. You don't have to pay back. Offer directly entrepreneurs means a person who sets up a business is one way. And the other way is to provide funds to the agencies which provides assistance to startup entrepreneurs and by having friendly trade policies such as tariffs. That is, taxes on import quotas can be reduced to encourage foreign trade and so on. Now, let us listen to who are the weaker section of society. As the Government of India Act 1935, weaker section implies to those section of society who are either because traditional custom of practice of untouchability or because of tribal origin, tribal way of living, or other backwardness have been suffering from educational and economic backwardness. We can call them as scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward class, and special backward class. But the government takes special care related to educational and economic interest and protect them from social injustice and all forms of exploitation as per Article 46 of the Constitution. Policies regarding development and empowerment of women has been designed like National Commission for Women were set up to safeguard the rights of women. Seats were reserved for women in various sectors. Apart from this, the Planning Commission defined three major areas in which they had paid attention to women's development, that is, education, social welfare, health. The Ministry of Women and Child Development is administering the various schemes of gender equality like Rashtriya Mahila Kosh to provide small finances services to bring about socio-economic upliftment for poor women. There are many more schemes related to it. The Government of India had set up a Space Commission and Department of Space. The Indian Space Research Organization is a space of Government of India which works under Department of Space. The Department of Space is responsible for administration of Indian space program. It manages several agencies and institutes related to space exploration and space technologies. For example, Mangalyaan is the country's first mission to the red planet Mars, which shows Indians' growing skill and ability in space exploration. In short, government in modern times have to take decision related to different issues right from the space research to public cleanliness administration. Now let us look at the emergence of the process of making Indian Constitution started at 1946. The leaders of the freedom movement insisted that independent India will be governed not by the laws made by the British, but by laws made by Indians themselves. So a committee was established to prepare the constitution of independent India. It came to be known as Constituent Assembly. Actually, the idea of making the Constituent Assembly for framing the Constitution of India was devised by the Cabinet Mission Plan. Cabinet Mission Plan was a statement made by the Cabinet Mission who came to India to discuss the transfer of powers from the British government to Indian leadership. The Constituent Assembly consists of elected representatives of various provinces who were eminent, that is, famous personalities in their own field, and local princes who were carrying out the administration in some areas were known as princely states, and their chiefs were known as princes. The princely states were included in the Constituent Assembly. Its first meeting was held in December 1946, where Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the President of the Constituent Assembly and H. C. Mukherjee as the Vice President of the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was divided into Constituent Assembly of India and Constituent Assembly of Pakistan after the partition. The Constituent Assembly constituted of 299 members. Some of the well-known members of the Constituent Assembly were Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Sarojini Naidu, J.B. Kripalani, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, Durgabai Deshmukh, Hansaben Mehta, and others. The noted legal expert B. N. Rao was appointed as a constitutional advisor on legal matters. The functions of Constituent Assembly was framing the constitution, enacting laws, and involved in the decision-making process. It adopted national flag on July 22, 1947. It accepted and approved India's membership of the British Commonwealth in May 1949. It elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the first President of India on January 24, 1950. It adopted national anthem on January 24, 1950 and also adopted national song on January 24, 1950. The Constituent Assembly appointed 8 major committees. First one was Constitution Making Union Process Committee. Second one was Union Constitution Committee. Third one was Provincial Constitution Committee. Fourth one was Drafting Committee. Fifth one was Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights and Minorities. And sixth one was Rules of Procedure Committee. Seventh one was States Committee. And the last, eighth one was Jawaharlal Nehru Steering Committee. Among these 8 major committees, the most significant was the Drafting Committee. The Constituent Assembly set up a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar to prepare the draft of Constitution of India. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, also known as Babasaheb Ambedkar, was an Indian jurist, means an expert of law or someone who reaches theoretical study of law. Economist. An economist is a practitioner in the social science discipline of economics. A politician means a person active in party politics or a person holding or seeking an office in government. And social reformer means a person who advocates for reform of a certain area of society, who inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement, is a religious as well as socio-political movement among Dalits in India. Dalit means broken, scattered, is a term used for people who have been subjected to untouchability and also campaigned against social discrimination towards the untouchables, that is Dalits. He was independent India's first Minister of Law and Justice who deals with the management of legal affairs, activities and administration of justice and the chief architect of the Constitution of India. In 1919, The Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, was conferred upon him. He was appointed chairman of the drafting committee and was appointed by the Constituent Assembly to write India's constitution. He had studied in depth the constitutions of different countries of the world. He studied and contemplated day and night to draft constitution. The text prepared by Ambedkar provided constitutional guarantees and protections for a wide range of civil liberties, means guarantees and freedoms that government cannot take away from its citizens, including freedom of religion, the abolition of untouchability, and outlawing all forms of discrimination. He argued for extensive economic and social rights for women and won the Constituent Assembly's support for introducing system of reservation of jobs in civil services, schools and colleges for the members of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other backward class. And it was discussed article by article. Many amendments were suggested by different members. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar handled the task of presenting the draft, answering the various questions raised on it, making changes in the draft as per the suggestions of the Constituent Assembly, and making every provisions of the Constitution flawless. Due to his contribution towards the making of the Constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is called as the architect of Indian Constitution. It took 2 years, 11 months and 17 days to complete the writing of the Constitution. There were 22 parts, 395 articles, and 8 schedules in the original Constitution. Due to his efforts to eradicate social evils were remarkable, and that is why he is called the Masiha of the Dalits and downtrodden people. Constitution Day is also known as Samvidhan Divas is celebrated in India on 26 November every year to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India. On 26 November 1949, the Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution of India and it came into effect on 26 January 1950. The Government of India declared 26 November as Constitution Day by a Gazette notification. The Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, made the declaration on 11 October while laying the foundation stone of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's Statue of Equality Memorial in Mumbai. 26 November was chosen to spread thoughts and ideas of Dr. Ambedkar. Constitution Day is not a public holiday. Various departments of the Government of India celebrated the first Constitution Day. As per Department of Education and Literacy, the preamble of the Constitution was read in all schools by all students. In addition, there were quiz and essay competitions, both online and offline, on the subject of the Constitution of India. There was a lecture on the salient features of the Constitution in each school. The Department of Sports arranged symbolic run named Run for Equality. Students of Andhra University participated in the Run for Ambedkar rally to mark the occasion of the 70th Constitution Day on the Beach Road in Visakhapatnam on 27 November 2019. Republic Day is a national holiday in India. It honors the date on which the Constitution of India came into effect on 26 January 1950, replacing the Government of India Act of 1935 was an act of the Parliament of the United Kingdom as the governing document of India and thus turning the nation into a newly formed republic. 26 January was chosen as the Republic Day because it was on this day in 1929 when the Declaration of Indian Independence, that is Purna Swaraj, was proclaimed by the Indian National Congress as opposed to the dormant status offered by British regime. The main Republic Day celebration is held in the national capital, New Delhi. On the Rajpath, one of the most important roads in India, before the President of India. On this day, ceremonious parades take at the Rajpath, in which are performed as a tribute to India, its unity in diversity, and rich cultural heritage. The Delhi Republic Day Parade is held in the capital New Delhi and is organized by Ministry of Defense, includes Indian Army, Air Force, Indian Navy, and Indian Coastal Guard. Starting from the gates of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, that is the President's residence, Raisina Hills is an area of New Delhi housing India's most important government buildings, including Rashtrapati Bhavan, on Rajpath past the India Gate. This is the main attraction on India's Republic Day celebrations and lasts for 3 days. The parade showcases India's defense capabilities, cultural and social heritage. Paramilitary forces of India and police force also take part in this parade. The beating retreat ceremony means ending ceremony or concluding ceremony is held after officially denoting the end of Republic Day festivities. It is conducted on the evening of 29 January, the third day after the Republic Day. It is performed by the three wings of the military, the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. The venue is Raisina Hills and an adjacent square Vijay Chowk, flanked by the Secretariat building, where some of the most important ministers of the Cabinet of India reside, means senior ministers reside. This buildings has two blocks of symmetrical building, that is North Block and South Block, are on the opposite sides of the great axis of Rajpath of the Rashtrapati Bhavan towards the end of Rajpath. On the eve of the Republic Day, the President of India distributes Padma Awards to the civilians of India every year. These are the second highest civilian awards in India after Bharat Ratna. These awards are given in three categories in decreasing order of importance. These Padma Awards are Padma Vibhushan for exceptional and distinguished service. It is second highest civilian award in India. Padma Bhushan for distinguished service of a high order. It is third highest civilian award in India. Padma Shri for distinguished service. It is the fourth highest civilian award in India. Thank you for listening.